What's going on, Jeromes? It's a beautiful Monday. We got some Q's, got some A's. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions on the community tab. First up is from Barry Allen. Hey, Andy, love channel. Thank you. I remember you mentioning in the summer that you heard the Vikings were all in on Greenard during free agency. Not asking for specific sources, but how much, how often do you hear about the operations of the Vikings overall? So I have a very trusting face. And I don't know, like, obviously not an insider, but sometimes hear some scuttlebutt from here or there. But, I mean, Greenard made sense, too, more stylistically, the way that Flores wanted to deploy things. And, Greenard, after his 12.5 sack season with the Texans, I mean, he was just a dude, man, right? So it made sense. And, yeah, the Vikings were in on him early and often. And, they made a cursory offer with Daniil, but it wasn't going to work out. But I feel like everyone's happy. I mean, the Vikings got Greenard and Van Ginkel for basically the price of Daniil, and Daniil got to go home to Texas, and got to play with the Texans, so it's good. It's good. Plus, I mean, Greenard and Van Ginkel, man, I love it. And Greenard is just so damn disruptive. Like, that first step is insane. And we had saw that last year, like, obviously it flashed on the Texans tape, but the infographic where he had the quickest first step off the line of any edge rusher in the NFL, it's just like, And then you see it up close and personal, and also the way that he, Loveland Forest talks about Greenard, is that they have to keep Greenard and Hottie Ward separate because they just make each other laugh so much. They can't get anything done in the meetings. It's hilarious, man. But you see Greenard as a team leader, a guy that works every single day to get better. Plus, what stood out to me is that the clip of him in training camp where it was a hot day, putting in the work, had a little vomit action, and then he adjusted his stance. And he got a wider stance so he didn't have to be in a three-point stance in his vomit, and then he got a pressure on Sam Darnold. It's just fun, I mean. But yeah, Greenard is an absolute stud. Really glad that he's here. JH Music House. What sets this team apart from the 2022 team? Oh, let me list the ways. Well, number one, the defense. So the defense, they sort of got lit up yesterday by the Bears. It is what it is. But the Vikings defense is the number one pressure team in the league, and they're stout against the run, and they can certainly impact a game, right? And so you have that. Where 2022. Yes, the defense made some nice plays at the end of games. Notably the Bills, the Jets. Was it the Patriots too? But it didn't cover up the stink where the Vikings literally could not get a pass rush, and it was just target practice with that secondary. Blame Donachelle quite a bit because you saw what Flores was able to do with similar personnel in 2023, and that's really where it is. Also, Kirk Cousins, that was his peak. 2022, maybe not black and white stats wise, but in terms of vibes, like he and Kevin O'Connell year one were fantastic. But frankly, I do trust slinging Sam Darnold a little bit more than 2022 Kirk Cousins right now, and that might be recency bias, sure, but I just feel like they have the same downside. But I feel like Darnold's upside is higher at this point in time, and I do think that the supporting cast is a little bit better at this point. You have Jefferson, who's a little bit more mature. Obviously, you have Addison in there over an aged Thielen. And Aaron Jones, even though he's older than Dalvin, I feel like he's a little bit fresher than 2022 Dalvin was. Overall, like, there's a lot to like about this team. Plus, Flores on defense, and Kevin O'Connell has obviously grown and shown over the years as a head coach. So I do think that this is not going to be a repeat of 2022. Like, I don't see them bombing out in the wild card round, but we'll see. RV, most realistic defensive tackle the Vikings will get next year. Need more pressure up the middle. I'm going all in. Osa Odigizua from the Cowboys. The dude is just a pressure machine, and loved him at UCLA. And I have to be careful sometimes because players that I love in the draft process that maybe haven't panned out in the NFL, it's like I want them, I need them. But Osa has definitely worked out, right? And he's a borderline Pro Bowl player, a guy that can consistently get pressure, also good against the run. His positional flexibility and versatility is just a ball of energy, right? Every single snap, heart and hustle. I love him. Man. My prediction. The Vikings will put it all on the table for Odigizua. The Vikings had a lot of interest in Christian Wilkins last year before the Raiders just gave him stupid money. And also, I think they go all in on Chiefs right guard Trey Smith, which they could have had Trey Smith in the 6th round 4 years ago, but now, but what about his lungs? Psh, shut up. Shut your face. All right, so that's my prediction. On both sides of the ball, the Vikings shove all their chips in. Trey Smith, Osa Odigizua. Let's get it on. Let's go, man. Purple Jesus Freak. The recent emergence of Jordan Addison is a great thing, and it is only going to open up more opportunities for Justin Jefferson. Thoughts? Can't double both of them? Yes. And it is a one hand washes the other situation. It is a pick your poison spot where, the Bears sold out to stop Jefferson. It happens, right? But you see Addison and Hockenson going buck wild. And eventually, teams will get sick of that because teams will remember that the object is to win the game, not just stop Justin Jefferson. And then all of a sudden, they'll start playing heads up. And they'll single up Jefferson, or maybe they'll just double him instead of triple him, and then Jefferson will get his, right? This pendulum will swing back and forth really quickly. So I ain't worried about Jefferson at all. And plus, I love that Jefferson has the temperament that you're not worried about. It's like, oh, he's not getting the ball. Oh, he's going to get mad. Oh, he's going to request a trade. Oh, he's going to start drama. Oh, he's going to be cryptic on social media. That ain't Jefferson's game, man. He's all about winning. Plus, you know who was so fired up about Addison scoring and also Jalen Speedy Naylor scoring when he was triple teamed? Justin Jefferson. Because he loves his teammates. He loves winning. That's what he's all about, man. Plus, he understands that his gravitational pull of 2-3 defensive backs at a time is the reason why these other guys are getting so wide open. It's great, man. It's awesome. Lastly, Jazz. Why don't we run jumbo package for goal line and short yards? That's a very good question. All right, and now it could just be lack of personnel, but O'Connell is confident in the interior offensive line as of right now. Plus, you look at their success rate with Sam Darnold, like quarterback sneaks, so they can get a half a yard when they need to. Right, and also that they, once Oliver gets back, he's the best blocking tight end in the game. Plus, C.J. Ham is legit as a fullback, and I don't know, it seems to be a writer's block, or maybe Kevin O'Connell's just too fancy. It kind of bugged me that he went empty formation on that 4th and 1, and I don't know, that's a hallmark of a good team. If you need a yard and the defense is going to sell it to stop you, can you still get that yard? Also, I know that Ed Ingram, his pass blocking leaves a lot to be desired, but if he lines up at fullback, you don't care about his pass blocking, man. If you're putting Ed Ingram in on the goal line, you're leading the way for C.J. Ham at tailback. Let's go. That is a lot of dude coming right at the front 7 of the defense. I don't even care what they have. Ed Ingram getting a full head of steam. Just run ISO. Kind of like it, man. But I don't know. It hasn't really been Kevin O'Connell's forte. Maybe it's a personnel thing. Maybe it's a ethos thing that he's against it. I don't know. But it is something that's missing from the Vikings repertoire, and I wish that they would put it in. Anyways, that is it. That is Vikings Q&A for this beautiful day, baby. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys know what to do. Skol, production value.